Hello and welcome, this is Piggsy. Just doing a quick update on the thing I'm doing at the moment, project. So I recently got from Siberia a bit of Chaga. Now, probably a bit easier. There we go, it says Chaga. Now, normally if you get it somewhere like Etsy or somewhere else, I think I did actually get it off Etsy, but if you do sort of shop around, you sort of look it up on Google and other things like that, you'll likely find a bit more pricey. If you don't mind paying the price, it's fine, it's not really a big issue. But for a pound of it, over a pound of it, that cost me about £20. So, but you could probably get £20 for a smaller bottle, but it'll be a tincture, so it's an extract. You do have to extract it yourself. I put some in a slow cooker, so I put it overnight, and the taste of it, it's a bit like burnt caramel, but it might be because I cooked it in a slow cooker overnight. That might be the effect of doing that. It's got polysaccharides and other things, monosaccharides and other sort of wonderful little goodies in it. So I might have caramelised it without realising it. It's definitely a sort of odd, sort of dark colour. I've got some stretch forward. I think we're going to see. Oh yes, you can actually. I've got a little bit. I just got out of the thing. So that's the metal in it. It's good in the dark colour, and it tastes a sort of so yeah, it's like burnt caramel. It's like woody taste to it. It's not sickly or anything. I'll put it a bit in there. It's really strange, almost as you smell it, as you come close to it, it's almost like honey. So that's that kind of thing where it's been processed from the tree in some way, or plants. The other thing I might do as well is okay, this is Ormus, and I made it from Epsom salts. I did have someone write to me about how it wasn't monatomic and stuff, but magnesium is a metal, so yeah, if you do an extract on magnesium, and I use the wet method, so I don't know if there's any other sort of methods of people. I mean, you can do extractions like oil extraction, all these other things, but it's one of the simplest ones. I'm using I'm not using hydrogen peroxide, sodium hydroxide, the other way around, and which you use to sort of, it's a natural lye basically, and you use it as a cleaner. It's quite a powerful cleaner. It's dangerous in its main form, but that's why you basically dilute it, and after it's done its extraction process, I mean, it's no different in your stomach really. You've got stomach acid in there. Once the food's got in there, if you were sick on yourself and you left it there, it would actually start to damage your body. But what your body does is it uses it to process the food, and then it neutralises it using bicarbonate. Soda it produces, and so that's how that works. But anyway, what I was going to do is I'm thinking about making a mixture with Chaga, and possibly, because you can actually use the same chunk of this stuff over and over again, so what I might do is put this in some sodium hydroxide and try to break it down as much as possible. Basically, because it's made out of a tree, there's parts of it that are inorganic to us because we can't break them down. It's like seashells and things like that. So by doing that, if I can break it down further or alter it, if you oxidize it, then it's easier to process for the body as well. And so, you know, this basically could help rebuild the bones and other things in your body by having a different sort of extraction method. Other forms, so what you could probably do is start out, you might just put it in warm water. You might not want to cook it overnight in some hot water, you might just want to have it in warm water, see how it goes, and then use that until it starts to basically, it seems less effective and less dark than that mixture you saw there. And then you can probably, there is an alcohol method for extraction. If you not into that, there might be some other ways, possibly oils. And then this other end of the spectrum, maybe put it into something like a powerful alkaline on acid, and to try to structurally break it down. There's meant to be organic components within it that basically they're indestructible. There's like some microbiome organisms living in there, so that's quite fascinating. And they're basically just migrating to your own body. So yeah, so these things live underground. They live in organisms, and it's certainly, I tell you what, it's certainly got a lot of energy in it. Now, there's some stuff that people should know about. So if you've got a bit of, so if you've got a little bit of organite, now that feels cold. Okay, so it's plastic, and well, there's resin and there's other things, metal in there and stuff, but it has a cold energy about it. It's always going to be cold. That's what it does when it throws something to energy. So it's more sort of a magnetic sort of charge, or is dissipated electrical charges basically. But this is has a positive charge to it. It's always warm. It's like when you touch a bit of wood, it always has a vibrational frequency that makes it warm because it's organic to touch. And but this is a lot warmer. It's like it's been out in the sun, and it hasn't been my flat. It's not anything quite here. So it's very useful. So if for some reason you didn't want to consume it, there's other things you could do with it. You could possibly make a cream out of your skin. Be warned though, if you chuck it in your bath, you might end up dye black for a bit until that kind of wears off. But if it might be okay overnight, or it might be actually you've got some sort of beauty mark sort of on your skin and stuff like that. And it's got a lot of carbon, so it will draw things out of your skin, toxins as well. And I mean, it's actually technically it's an organic crystal, because it's taken years growing on the outside of a tree, and in basically the North Hemisphere, where it gets also a lot of the starlight as well, and the borealis, so it draws in cosmic rays as well. I mean, like, this has come from some Siberian forest. It's you know, it's not like it's sort of grown down the road next to a industrial plant or something. It's actually only exposed to nature and the elements of nature itself, and that kind of cold environment. So yeah, there's other things you can do with this. It may be that you choose. So maybe you choose to put something into. I mean, this is a massive. This is a big chunk of organ, and you may choose to put that inside there. You know, maybe put this to a powdered form. Put that actually into the resin. Mix some metals. I would suggest put something of your own DNA in there. It's like a signature, or a way the energy is sort of transmitted to you. So you really want to have that in there as a kind of bonus. Maybe in the centre of it. Not only from the outside, because we don't draw energy in to project it outwards. So if you've got other things in it, it might be taking energy. I don't know if there's a way to create one that drains people. That would be so nice. People start taking samples of hair and stuff from people's offices and start using it as some sort of type of witchcraft scenario, basically, or something. Doing a bit of voodoo or something. So anyway, that's that. I mentioned about the Epsom salts, and also, like I say, it's magnesium. I think it's because I was being quizzed how I made it, and I was at the time just trying to sell it. I didn't want to tell the person how he can make it himself, and maybe he assumed because I used bicarbonate as a slight cleansing agent within it as well, so it makes it ensures basically if it's being neutralised in there. And I was using it with something else. It's not in here. This is actually just pure Epsom. So Epsom's salts. So it's like a magnesium oxidised formula with an oxidised sulphur. I'm not entirely sure what's actually in it, because the process adds the oxygen atoms and breaks it down as an alchemy. But I can't. Looking at it, I can't tell. I know it's oxidised, but it's white. I know it's kind of energy-wise, that's a different area. That's different science to look at it under an instrument and then see, you know, the vibrations and energy. So it's very strange that someone was sort of quite critical about it. And he was saying about some sort of Ormus test, the real test if you have something and you get the benefit from it. If you don't have the benefit, it can be more of a pseudo effect. Where you believe it's got something more there than it is. And energy-wise, I don't know. You know, you could do all sorts of things, and you might have mixed results, so there's no guarantee what you're getting out of that. Something else interesting, this is from a female friend of mine. She gave me a book to read about mesmerism. So this book's over 100 years old. So it's quite fascinating actually. It's definitely old. All yellowy the pages. I don't think anything particularly interesting I've come across in there, but yeah. So that's pretty cool. And also a book on magic as well. And it'll be an interesting bit of a read this weekend. And I think that's it for now. So I just wanted to update you on the Chaga because basically I have things, videos about, I can talk about random stuff, but it's always nice to actually hear something, something that somebody might be interested in, like researching it. There may be things. I'm being cautious actually using colloidal silver. Now, someone said about growing mushrooms and colloidal silver would only sort of target fungus and stuff. It just stops everything. There's no mushrooms. I've got some jar I've had for over a month, and I put some spores and things in it, and nothing's happening in there because it's basically just stopped everything in its tracks. Because you need basically bacteria to break down resources. Because it's what this is. I mean, this thing hates colloidal silver because it's fungus in nature, and what it's done is it's broken down the plant, and then something else could feed on this. So if I break this down, put this into the food chain, a mushroom could grow on this. This could be the food for the mushroom. And then you might even try something with what magic mushroom might mess around with and grow it or something. So that'd be could be an interesting experiment. But another time, maybe another time. So have a good weekend, and I will speak to you soon.